Hello and welcome to ASUS Republic of Gamers. I'm joined here by Al, well, not developer, but publisher of Grip, which is coming out very soon. So I'm pretty excited about this game. So tell us a little bit about what we're about to come up against.
So this is a really sort of hardcore combat racer. It's the fastest game on four wheels. So it's sort of, do you remember those amazing RC cars that you had in the 90s that would sort of flip over and carry on driving? So they were huge back then. They inspired a game on the PlayStation 1 called Roll Cage, and then Roll Cage has gone on to inspire Grip 2 decades on. So it's sort of the love child of original fans and some of the developers that worked on Roll Cage sort of coming together to make a game that really takes advantage of the latest versions of PC hardware, the latest Unreal Engine. You know, it's really Roll Cage but turned up to 11.
Nice. So we showed this off back, what, 2 months ago now, iSeries, playing this on ultra-wide monitors. I can confirm it is definitely a modern hardware game. It looks super nice. So let's do it. Let's give it a go.
How are you on a scale of 1 to 10 on your racing games? Where are you at?
It depends what game. If it's Mario Kart, then I'm going to give myself a 9. If it's anything that isn't Mario Kart, I'm going to give myself a 3.
Well, this is kind of Mario Kart grown up. So
I fancy my chances then.
You fancy your chances. Okay. Let's we've got the ROG car.
Yes, we have the ROG car implemented in the game with the ROG rims. What have I done?
Hit B is this for me. Okay, cool. I'm just going to come straight back out of that. That's fine. Unless, did you want to look at it for a second?
Oh, we might as well. In all its glory. Yeah.
Examine mode?
Yes, we've got the ROG rims on. We've got yeah, like these massive logos on the front here, to the sides. Yeah.
Looking nice and slick.
Yeah, super nice. Very well crafted, I must say.
So let's start off simple. Let's go for the speed bowl, just so that you can get the hang of what we're.
Can we do a little bit more exciting?
You want to do a little bit more exciting? Okay.
I don't want to just go around in a circle.
Have you done the Abandon the Toll before?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, let's give that a go. Let's put that up to normal. Don't think we need to do 10 laps.
I like how it's combatants and not racers.
Yeah, I mean, it's the sort of backstory of the game is that it starts out with street racing on Earth, and that people get more and more sort of violent and involved, and people start dying in the races, so they have to take it off around the galaxy, basically, because the police are cracking down on it where they are.
Outlaw racing.
Outlaw racing, absolutely. You'll get obviously the Roll Cage vibes are there, but I also sort of very much get the influence of certain anti-grav races, things like Episode 1 pod racing back on the N64.
Yes.
You can definitely get that feel of an off-world racer, something which has got a real sort of lore and universe surrounding it. So
yeah, it's a bit of a Star Warsy environment.
Yeah,
at least on this point.
There's nothing wrong with that. We all need a little bit of Star Wars. So this is quite fun because this particular track has a sort of a large amount of routes that you can take to go through.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. There's a lot going on.
So you'll see, sort of, I've just sort of mounted the underside of an overpass, which is going along the track. You are, and you can see the other cars zooming around you underneath. So there's lots and lots of variety. The track is all sort of set around this sort of shipwreck, which is sort of centered in the sort of second third of the map. Is what you pass through. Oh, and I hit a rock.
Oh, he's taken over ASUS ROG. Wait, shouldn't I be ASUS ROG?
You probably should.
I've got the I'm at a disadvantage. I don't have the ROG car. Oh no. I remember this from the original Roll Cage, the kind of time dilation weapon.
Yeah, that's the Disruptor. That one. I mean, what's really nice with this as well is that it's a really sort of levels the playing field out, but if you supercharge it as well, it gives you a massive advantage. You can really make some big gains on that if you supercharge it before you use it.
So supercharging is, as you were saying earlier, you basically hold one of the weapons. When you've got two weapons, you hold one of them, and then it will like use one onto the other, basically. So power up one of your weapons.
So you got to sort of sacrifice. You've got to sacrifice short-term gain for the long game, and I think that's key for the people that really want to get the most out of the game. They'll quite often find that sort of biding your time with the weapons really does make a huge difference. Very poorly demonstrated by me there as I fire a missile into the ground directly in front of my face.
Yeah, even Mario Kart has a bit of an item meta, so it sounds like this is taking it to the next level, being able to consume things.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that often gets said about the original Roll Cage, and I tried to go back and play it, and I have to say, I'm just not hard enough. I'm too pathetic for the original Roll Cage. It's really hard. But a lot of the sort of power-ups that within that game were what I would describe as race-ending power-ups. You'd get hit by one of them and you'd stand no chance of getting back into the race.
Yeah.
A lot of time has been spent balancing this game, working with the early access community to really make sure that all of the weapons handle right and that it's it's a good balanced experience. And we have a system in the game called catch-up assist.
Okay.
And catch-up assist is a tool which sort of really helps to slow down the cars in front and speed up the ones behind, so that there's that constant action. It does get. I mean, if you like it, you can switch off catch-up assist. But for me, sitting at the front of a pack, obviously it never happens because I'm normally the one chasing behind the pack. But you want a game like this to be competitive. You don't want something where one person gets ahead at the start and then leads it through and through. I'm not doing too badly, and you're not doing too badly either.
Oh, I was in first for a second. Oh no, it's you!
It's me!
You've taken me.
Is
this the final lap?
A 1-2 finish is pretty respectable, really.
That's true.
There we go.
Oh no. And we're hit with
a disruptor again.
One of those.
You've got different pickups that come through. My personal favourite is the as he crashes. My personal favourite is the exploding darts, which sort of embed in the back of the car in front and give them just enough time to curse before they explode. So it really that really makes me panic.
Is that the machine gun looking thing?
No. So you have got the machine gun, which is the Raptor, but you've also got the exploding darts is a little 3. So there are 3 darts just sat next to each other on the symbol.
I was that close to taking you, and now I've just got myself trapped in the middle of nowhere.
Using the select button. On your game.
Oh no, I think I'm alright. Yeah, I put myself in a very bad position.
This is final lap as well. So you need
worst time.
You need an assassin missile to save you now, because I'm going for it.
The only thing I'm going for is these pillars. Apparently, literally just hit 2 in a row. Oh no, and I've been hit with something else as well. I was first for so long, and now here I am in 7th.
I don't win very often, so I'm appreciating that one.
Yeah, well played, well played.
So should we do one more race, take a look at one of the other planet environments as well,
sounds
and then
good.
take a look at some of the other modes?
Yep.
So,
because it's not all about racing. There is different stuff in there.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a bit of variety in there. There's a on Roll Cage Stage 2 actually there was a football inspired mini game which some people think may have inspired a certain very successful football vehicle franchise,
which we dare not mention by name.
There's a real sort of long heritage of in Roll Cage and inspiring other titles. I think lots and lots of people certainly within the games industry, remember it very fondly. I think that, you know, listening to Rob talk about it, Rob being this game's lead coder and somebody who worked on Roll Cage and Roll Cage Stage 2, he was sort of saying, you know, back in the years gone by, you would release your game and you would hear nothing because the internet wasn't what it is today, and you know, all you would see is a couple of reviews in a magazine. And all these years on, he gets people coming up to him now saying, "Oh, you made Roll Cage. I love Roll Cage. Roll Cage made my childhood." So that sort of direct contact, and I think that's part of what's made this so special as well, is having the people and having that direct dialogue with fans has really helped shape this.
Yeah, I basically bought it purely by chance. I was quite young when it came out. It would have been, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7, something like that. And it was I think it was in Toys R Us or something.
Oh, okay.
It's like literally sitting there on the shelf, and I was like, Mum, like I want to buy this game. It looks really cool. Ended up taking it home and played it loads.
It was attention to detail, which was part of Psygnosis as well. So they were really going through one of their golden age. You know, when you're looking at Wipeout and these other titles that came out from that set of studios, it was a very good time for them.
I remember it had like destructible buildings and stuff as well. I don't think there was anything else at the time that did that. No,
I mean, it was very brave in the way that it, you know, used environments, and when you consider the sort of processing speed that they were using back then to do this stuff, it was very, very you know, brilliant in many ways. There is there are some maps on here which have destructible environments as well.
Nice.
There's one called Signal Static, which is quite a good one. Has a satellite dish that rolls through the map as you as you race. It was all going so well.
It's not going very well for me, so. Dead last. This is definitely a game where track knowledge comes in handy.
Well, I don't feel like you should be able to pick it up and win instantly. You know, if you're playing with people that know the game, you know, there are dozens of shortcuts within the game to be found. There are sections of map where if you really want to take the fastest line, you have to almost, you know, go on a suicide mission, sliding off the side of the map and hitting some concealed boost pads that look like they're completely off the side. So, you know, there's plenty of secrets to be found.
That's going to give you more replayability.
Yeah, absolutely.
So remind me, with the weapon supercharging, are you holding down the button that you want to supercharge, or the one that you want to be consumed?
No, you're holding down the button of the one that you want to save.
Okay.
So we're using gamepads here, so our sort of left shoulder button or right shoulder button, depending on which weapon. You've obviously got the 2 slots in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, which correspond to each of those. This was all going off so well for me.
Yeah, I've had a bit of a reversal of fortune.
So
I was in first for about a millisecond.
I've just been hit by a ram raider temporarily as well, which is another sort of area of effect power up, which interferes with the steering.
Is that the kind of orangey?
Yeah. And there are the exploding darts, and I'm resisting curses.
Oh dear. I like how the HUD kind of spins around when you get hit and stuff. Like it's properly disabling you. It's quite cool. It's a cool effect. I saw there's that one track as well where when you go through certain points, it like washes out the whole screen.
Yeah.
That looks super cool. Am I about to win? Is this
does look a lot that way, doesn't it?
Please don't hit me.
Oh no, you must have just passed the start.
Oh, okay.
Because I was still on lap 3.
Oh, right, okay.
And I don't think you're near lapping there.
No.
Then I would be very upset. Live tantrum.
whole lap to not do anything wrong. It's almost certainly not going to happen. But you never know.
So top tip, if you when you're in the air, if you take your finger off the accelerator, then you can rebalance your car.
Ah, okay.
So if you're obviously going full pelt, then you haven't got any control to be able to adjust it. But if you just ease off that little bit, it does give you that bit of extra control.
Oh yeah, so one thing that we were talking about earlier is the Aura Sync functionality, which is coming up. So what sorts of things are we looking at the moment?
So we're looking to integrate Aura Sync around launch. That will include, effects for when you are being targeted, so that you can get better visibility, more sense of impending doom as those missiles swing towards you. It will have different effects depending on how fast you're going as well. So if you are hitting that sound barrier, then you will get a lighting effect from that as well. There will be different effects depending on whether your weapon is charged. All of that sort of stuff will come through. So it should give you much more immersion.
Yeah,
you only just beat it.
I'll take that though.
Only just. So, how are you at sort of trick runs? Do you want to have a go at some
find
hardcore?
out. Yeah, definitely.
So you can pop that pad down.
Okay.
Just going to use this one, and then jump into hardcore. So we'll start you off easy. We're going to use the ROG car, but I think you need a bit of extra engine power on some of these. So we'll start you off really easy, and then.
Is this going to be insultingly easy?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, bear in mind this is easy difficulty, and they go up to nightmare level.
Oh,
so
that's imposing. Oh, okay. A bit more speed required there. Is there any particular strategy for this game mode? So the aim is to just complete as fast as possible.
The aim is to complete the run, and you just need to drive into the purple orb at the end of the track.
Okay.
I would say what I said earlier about balance. There you go.
Okay. Yeah,
balancing the car in the air, making sure that the tilt is right, and they does throw in those little extra camera angles at the end just to try and mess you up. Just to try and mess you up.
That's
I'll
cheeky.
swap you on to another track.
Okay.
Now, that's a nice easy one, just to wet the whistle. we'll jump up in difficulty each time. So.
All right. I often find that in games like this, it's the kind of additional modes that really make or break things, and they seem to be the ones that I end up spending the most time with. So
I think
I can imagine something like this ending up taking a lot of my time.
The potential to bury hours in this game mode is just going to be ridiculous, because that sensation that you'll start getting in a minute, which is one more go, one more go, one more go, one more go.
If I do it again, I'll get it. Yeah.
And it really does start taking over.
There we go. First one done. Oh. I used to play Trackmania quite a lot as well, which has a similar kind of vibe to this, doesn't it? With the super difficult tracks. Good rotation on that one. Solid landing. Now I keep overshooting this, so I think I'll try and go up a bit more.
You can either try and go up a bit more, which has worked out pretty well for
on
you
this
there,
occasion,
or what I tend to find is if you stick quite low to the ground and just try and go down at a very low level, then that can work quite well.
So that sort of thing. Ooh, a little bit too low, but I'll take it. If it works, it works. It's very hard to judge the speed. Oh, that was bang on though.
I'm just waiting for some smart Alec to come around and just go wee, wee, wee.
Yeah, I'll find some way to like boost the first jump so far that you just go straight here.
So that's a bit mean, isn't it?
Oh, that's so mean. I bet on the nightmare ones there's going to be some absolutely
you've
devious
graduated
things
from
like
normal difficulty. Normal difficulty. So we've got. Let's do one more hard, and then we'll have a look at a nightmare one as well, just for. Let's do the Rainbow Road.
I see. Inspired.
Inspired but legally distinct.
This is a very intimidating looking kind of set of spirals that are in the distance here.
Well, what's really cruel is if you go back to the starting spot as we are in a moment.
Oh yeah, I'll do that for you now.
It's just above your head. The finish point is just above your head, so you've got to go all that way just to come back.
Right, I'll try not to. Is this going to be something where, like we need a massive amount of speed to get around a certain?
Well, I think the temptation is to Marge Simpson it, right? To go slow and steady wins the race, which wins for most of it. But there are these sections where the track turns, and you've got to the way in which the cars stay on the ceiling is using downforce, and that downforce is applied against speed. So you've got to have that speed in order to stay on the ceilings at that point.
Yeah, so this will definitely be a track learning experience, in that you need to know those bits where you need to go fast and where you need to go slow.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not doing very much learning right now, making the same mistake over and over again, driving straight.
I think for me, this is a mode where I'm just happy to get to the finish.
Yeah.
If you're a pro racer, then you would probably be dying to get to the top of that online leaderboard and set the fastest time.
I think I would start out as Group A and then swiftly become Group B.
Oh.
Got about 1 millimeter further that time.
I think one of the things that I reckon you've been practicing before today. That's what I'm betting. But one of the things with a game like this is you have to learn to look where you're going rather than look at the car itself.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite tempting.
Where are we off to?
The cars are very
scared
pretty.
now. I'm gonna go a little bit slow. Oh, okay. Where are we off to?
You took that at quite some speed.
Oh dear.
Should we try out a night
doing
mode one?
so well. I want one more go.
One more go.
One more go. I've succumbed. I feel like I got so much further that time that if I only do it another 100 times, then I'll get it. But no, that's true. Like the further you can look into the horizon, the better. Even though it means not looking at the nice rock cut.
Well, other people can look at the nice road
That's
car
true,
when you
yeah.
drive past them.
Yeah. Nice and slowly again. Maybe even slower this time, because I want to go down.
I don't know if it's possible. Is it possible to stay? It must be possible to stay attached to it.
Oh, maybe that wasn't a good idea.
I did. I was.
I forgot that gravity exists. Yeah. Alright, one more go, and then we can do something else. I'm gonna have, if I don't complete this, I'm gonna have to come back to it as well. I'll be up at midnight tonight on Rainbow Road. How many of these courses have you got in total? Oh, that was even worse.
There are 19.
Rage quit.
There are 19 point-to-point courses, and then there's one called Job Site as well,
Okay.
where you have to set the fastest time to collect about 30 of those orbs littered around the map.
Okay,
so
interesting.
that can take a bit of time. Let's do half tubes, because I reckon we've got more of a chance on half tube. So
Okay.
I'll give you an idea of sort
Okay.
of what we're meant to be doing, and then I'll hand it over to you so you can have a. No.
Okay, I see.
So the idea, but there are about 6 of these tube sections, and that's just the start of the level.
Yeah. So presumably you'll need to get all of the orbs.
Yeah.
Because I just saw one.
Yeah. You've got
So
to get
if you
all
miss
of,
it, then
Yeah.
that's it.
So it's all about getting that angle right.
Yeah. Angle and speed as well, because I guess if you hit it too fast, then you're still going to have a problem. No. How many orbs have we got in this
I
track?
think there's only 2 or 3 in this
Okay.
track.
It's not as bad as it could be.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not confident that you're going to make
Even
it to the
get
end
one
of
of
this,
them.
this one. I'm afraid.
Well, yeah, on the basis that I couldn't do a mere hard level, Nightmare I think is going to pose quite the challenge.
Should we shoot each other instead? Should we have a go at the arena?
I think that sounds like a good idea. Oh, I've got one though. I'll take that. I'll take one as a victory. Oh, where am I going now?
Oh,
That is just cruel.
You got further though.
That's true.
Maybe you should have one more go.
Oh no. Alright, let's go. Let's
Let's
go.
go
Car
arena.
combat.
I'll let you use the ASUS car this time. If you go in
I need the
multiplayer
advantage.
and then go split screen.
Yes.
Split screen, right? That's been missing a while.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
So
not
if you
many-
press the right bumper,
Right bumper.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, bumper.
And then
My
press A,
controller foo is not very good.
and then biodome's fine. Just press Y and jump straight in. Interesting. Or click.
We use the mouse instead. Good old mouse and keyboard.
Good old mouse and keyboard. Right, so
What's our objective?
our objective here is the simple shoot each other objective.
Nice, nice.
So what I would point out is your handbrake is on X,
Okay.
which can come in handy. And I would say make sure that you've got your sort of weapons handy before you decide to wander out into the middle of the arena.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see you. I want to shoot you.
I'm going to try and avoid you. So I guess it's going to be. It's all about the powered up weapons on this one.
It is. I mean, if you can get an assassin powered up or a raptor powered up, you can take down most of someone's health in a single attack wave. Particularly if you've got something charged in one slot and then a second. It's a bit like. Do you remember on the first Halo game where you used to get some people that would charge up the plasma pistol and then
Yes.
it's exactly like that. If you plan, then you can really deck people quite effectively. Showing my highbrow language there. Deck.
I found the machine gun to be quite good at this. You can get near someone.
Yeah, it's quite satisfying as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we're playing without headphones, but it's got a really sort of beastly noise to it as
Yeah.
well. I don't know what we base sound effects really. We should just get me to do them.
Ah.
There we go.
Ah.
Kick him out while he's down, eh? To be fair, I'm not faring much better at the moment.
It's on now.
The screen watching definitely comes in as well. Let's get those sheets of cardboard out.
Oh.
So if you plan well, you can get your weapons ready, drive up on the ceiling, and then use the A button to drop yourself off of the ceiling.
Ah,
so that you can
okay.
shoot.
No, get away from me.
See, I've tried using my handbrake then to turn and attack you. Down I go. Is that you?
No, I'm hiding elsewhere. Do you get... Is your sort of... your main objective to survive, or are you dealing damage to other people?
You're dealing damage to other people. So, and you get points based on your aggression. So if you die, obviously there is a points penalty, but I would say that it's more in the balance of, you know, killing other people rather than avoiding death yourself.
Yeah, that's good.
Come back here.
Oh, you've won. I'm leaving. I'm out of it.
Did you deliberately drop down then?
Yes, definitely deliberate.
Oh no, that did not work as planned.
I am very exploited. Engine fire situation.
Yeah, you are. You're 93% damage.
It's not looking good for me. I think I was on 92 just now as well. So.
I just want to come and deal the killing blow, but you are hiding rather effectively.
I don't know where you are, but I'm staying.
Oh, I just drove straight past you. No.
I've got 10 seconds to not die to you.
Oh! I had two weapons, both missed.
I lived. I won.
You won. I spent too much time chasing you rather than shooting other people.
Ah, look at that damage.
So you get a nice barrage of stats as well at the end.
Oh, that's quite cool. Having the
Success rate 0% there for painkiller.
nice.
Each of the sort of AI characters has their own sort of personality, driving style, their own liveries on the car, and when you play through the campaign as well, you'll pick up rivals as you play through, and so whoever your rival is for that tier will be the ultimate boss. So you'll have a sort of one-on-one death match with that rival to cap off on those certain rival tiers. So the campaign is sort of like it's the montage of the game. It's like the ultimate training montage. It's, you know, I don't think. I mean, you know, and people can prove me wrong and pick up the game and master it from second one, but the campaign really, it builds you up. It teaches you how to get the most out of the different weapons that are there. It teaches you the routes around the map, all this sort of stuff. So if you want to be the best, it's a really good way to hone your skills. Should we do one more race?
I think that sounds good.
Yeah.
The final showdown.
The final showdown. Should we? I'll swap.
Okay.
Just I'll give it back to you. I'll just set it up. Da-da-da. Race. Race. And the track that I was going to go for is not on this build. Because I had to change the branch over to get the rims working. So let's do this one. There will be falling off.
It says rating hard, so I don't fancy my chances. Alright, I'm back on the ROG car again. That's good.
If in doubt, don't hold down the accelerator, I would say.
I
unless you're upside down. If you can appreciate that you're upside down.
I think I played this one at iSeries actually. There's like one really devious corner where it's like if you're going too fast, you just smash into the wall.
Yeah. You've got to slow down on that one. And the really frustrating thing is you have to plan quite far in advance because it's really easy to come into that corner with air as well.
Yeah.
And if you come into it with air, you've just got no chance of controlling yourself. I'm just trying to be clever. Never try and be clever.
I've launched myself very far off the track. Well, I'm currently in 8, so if I can do better than that.
Well, I'm in 10.
So. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's that corner. I've come off on the same corner twice. I didn't learn my lesson. So remind me, this comes out on November 6th?
Yeah.
Yes. And how many sort of cars, tracks, etc.?
So you've got 15 cars in the game.
Presumably, is that sort of 15 different models, so they all handle differently?
Yeah. So you've got they sort of come across 5 different manufacturers, so they've got different personalities. So you've got one which is all the cars are inspired by sort of vintage Earth racing cars.
Okay.
And you've got one which is very much a military manufacturer, so they've got a Rhino which is like a 6-wheel tank, basically, is the best way to describe it. You've got sort of a very futuristic manufacturer which is the Saigon, which is what you're driving. The ASUS ROG skin is on a Saigon Eversa, which is like the mid-class vehicle for that manufacturer. And then various other little fun bits. There's lots of customization to be done on your cars, so you can run different skins, you can apply different decals to certain cars, you can change the colour, you can have hot pink wheels if you want to have hot pink wheels.
Why not?
As you know, so there's nobody wants to line up on the starting grid alongside 10 identical vehicles, right?
Yeah.
So you want a bit of personality to your own. In terms of the tracks, you have 22 tracks coming into launch. But what we're promising our players is that we want them to be able to play together. So we have a long roadmap of content post-launch, and all tracks are going to be dropped free of charge, so that they can continue to get enjoyment out of the game and play together. What else? We went the 19 car core tracks, and then the job site arena as well in there, where you collect the 20 different collectibles.
Yep.
6 battle arenas. There's loads of content to really get stuck into and learn and master. Well, you're not in last, so
yeah, that's true. I did manage to zip past someone.
Something is going right for you.
Not very much, but something. Is this the EMP thing that I've now got?
So that is like a disruptor ray. So that's the sort of powered up version of the one that interrupts people's steering. Not disruptor, ram raider. And if you fire that, it's like a death beam. Whoever it hits will go totally flying off the track. But it does only fire sort of directly forward.
I need to come not last.
Break.
Yeah, that is a bit of a nasty corner. I've also come off every time on this one.
Yeah.
I've now learned my lesson.
I have not.
And this is where.
Oh, come on.
This is where.
Oh, yeah. Did that hit you?
It did.
I mean, it didn't help me because I then proceeded to drive off the map.
I've driven off again.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
This is normally where where Discord
that was
tears me to shreds.
9th and 10th. Beautiful. I think the hard track was a little bit too much.
Yeah, maybe a little bit ambitious.
We got beaten by 20 seconds by the
winner.
Yeah, some of those AI. Well, nicely done.
Yep. It's a sobering note to end on.
Yeah, we've been put in our place by Grip.
We have.
But no, it's definitely one of those things. I feel like if I did that 5 times in a row, by the 5th time, I'd be smashing down those corners.
Yeah. I think once you learn the secrets and where to stop and when to go, and this sort of stuff, that's what separates the adults from the kids, really, isn't it?
Exactly. So, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and allowing us to check out this game. So, November 6th coming out on not just on PC, but all consoles also?
Yeah, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch as well.
So yeah, pretty much whatever you want.
If you want to get it ahead of November 6th, it's on early access now on Steam. So obviously, you buy an early access, you have it on launch day as well, so you can start setting those lap times early.
Yeah, you can start beating all your mates before they get a chance. Perfect. All right, thank you very much, and thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like, and of course we will be back very soon. So see you then.